And then we just set off on the road, and we were sort of like little church mice at back, thinking, do we speak, do we not, you know. It was really funny, that, and then we sort of got to know the guys, and it was fine.
They soon learned their lesson from that first encounter with Lemmy.
They wouldn't drink them. Oh, no, a bit early for me, mate. Except maybe Pete Gill would have had a couple. No, they were tea drinkers, weren't they? A nice cup of tea they liked. They were quite horrified by us ne'er-do-wells.
But, you know, as a band, they were very clean living, see. We always like to drink a lot, you know, and do what you shouldn't do. But they like tea and things, you know. So it was hard to know where they got their rocks off. You know, they obviously did, but, you know, they had this sort of guise of having a tea urn in the dressing room. So I always thought that was a bit of a front for something, you know.
This footage of Saxon on the Bomber tour has just been unearthed.
Dobby seemed to be the nutter of the band, but actually we found out he probably really wasn't as nutty as he seemed. Graham Oliver was the musical one, and Biff. And Biff was the show-off, like all lead singers are show-offs, that's it. You wouldn't be up there if you weren't, you know. And Paul was really quiet. I mean, I never said 10 words to Paul on the whole tour. He was just, like he is today, he just keeps himself to himself, you know.
All we used to watch was pornography all the time. And we basically discovered pornography on the Motorhead tour in a big way. You know, the driver had a lot of American films with all these like horny American women on. It's like, so I mean, we had to stop watching it after a while because we were just walking around with huge boners all the time. You know, it was just terrible. You know, you were so like fired up, so much like testosterone by the time you got to the gig. It was like just knocked somebody to the floor. Like,
we went to catering and we were starving because we'd no money. On that tour we didn't get paid hardly anything, just barely enough to survive. And so we went in catering and got some food, and then that's when the caterer said, oh, no, you can't eat. So that, you know, put us even a little bit more on the backbeat, thinking, oh my God, we can't even eat, you know, what do we do? So, but we just went out and got chips and had something out, you know. And then the first night when we played, we just went on to kill. And that's what we did every night.
I remember Lemmy, you know, we got off the bus in Newcastle. There must have been the entire audience there.
Was it Newcastle? I remember that as being Birmingham.
Lemmy stands up, he says, "Let me out of here." I'll do it in his voice. "Let me out of here, I'm not the fucking Beatles." And he went to meet the fans and got, you know, instantly surrounded.
It was me and Eddie. We ran out and like idiots walked through the crowd because we were used to it, you know. And we got trapped against this wall by these people climbing on top of each other. And we were at the bottom of it, you know. It was quite scary for a minute. I thought we were going to get crushed to fucking death, you know.
He was just gobsmacked, actually. I mean, how many, you know, young people were there to see him. He was just really freaked out by it.
But then a couple of bouncers came out and pulled them off. It was all right. used to watch them most nights, I think. You can't sit in your dressing room all the time, you know. They're obviously going to make it. Because Biff's got a great stage presence and amazing vocals, you know. You could see they all knew what they were doing. I think it was a planned assault, you know.
He went on every night and said, you know, that was Saxon playing. You have to buy that album, they're brilliant. I mean, he did do us some big favours, Lemmy. And the other guys as well, you know. And we stayed really firm friends after that as well.
One day